Can yoga help you find relief for your aching back and sciatica pain? The answer is yes and no. Some exercises will just kill your back, while others could instantly relieve it. So if you've been looking to get started with yoga for your back or leg pain, there are a couple of pain-aggravating mistakes that you should avoid. My name is Dr. Grant Elliott, and we've helped thousands fully recover from back pain and sciatica through our one-on-one online coaching program. And I'm going to cover 6 do's and don'ts of yoga that might just save you from unbearable pain and frustration. Yoga can be a weapon for sciatica. And to help make sure you're aiming correctly, I will tell you which of these 6 common yoga poses are good or bad for sciatica, and reveal which ones will secretly worsen your pain while others could be the solution. So let's dive right into the poses and change your life. First off, the classic forward fold. All of you want to do this all day long to feel that deep stretch in your back and your hamstrings where that tightness is shooting down the leg. But here's the thing, lumbar flexion can actually increase pressure on a disc. And this means if you have a particular type of disc herniation that is pushing on a nerve, this might be a motion that increases the pressure on that disc, which increases pressure on the nerve and puts more pressure on these sensitive tissues. So if you have a herniated disc that is sensitive to sitting long periods or motions that involve bending forward with leg pain, you might want to avoid this pose just for right now. Next pose, Warrior 1. A powerful one for many with back pain. For this pose, we're in a split stance position with your arms straight overhead and extending backwards. Put the leg with sciatica as the rear leg. That will help put your hip into extension and your lower back into extension. Extending that hip is like giving your back a gentle massage. And in many studies, we see that individuals with back pain have a limited hip extension, so this is a common restriction that we see. Some sciatica responds really well to hip extension-based exercises, and many respond to back extension exercises, which you're getting both of in this particular pose. So let me warn you, your sciatica might start singing you praises for this one.
Hey, real quick, if you're watching this video and you're resonating with the things that I'm saying and you're ready to be pain-free, just click the link below and you can schedule a call personally with my team so we can meet with you, go over your current situation and figure out what you're missing and help you develop a game plan so that you can finally become pain-free. This is for serious people only, so click the link if you are ready to go. Back to the show.
Next up, enter the bow. This one you lay on your stomach, you bend your knees and you reach back to grab your ankles and you arch your body up as high as you possibly can. You might think this one is helpful because it looks like a good stretch, but with a sensitive low back, think of it like binging on chili peppers. It might seem fun, but the aftermath, I don't know. Too much active extension can send your back into a flare-up and make your back feel like it's on fire. This is seen as a lot of individuals with back pain go to the gym and they do back extension exercises, and many times we hear that they report feeling a little bit worse afterwards. This active extension can sometimes put a little bit of unwanted compression in these areas when it is in a sensitive state. And the bow pose might give you a lot of that. Now, the cat-cow pose is a widely practiced and recognized pose. This one will improve your spine mobility without putting too much pressure on your disc or nerve. It's beneficial because you do not have gravity on your spine and you can slowly work into these motions that you're restricting in without a lot of pressure. It is crucial to do it correctly when you are dealing with disc or sciatica issues. What I mean by that is flexing too much in the cat pose can put unwanted pressure on that disc, once again, if it's sensitive to these rounded positions. And you might notice you can only flex so far. So just go to the point of pain and no further, and stay within a range that is comfortable for you. Next is the triangle pose. Spread your legs, extend one leg, reach down towards the floor, and reach towards the sky. Having the leg extended and twisting can increase nerve tension. And for some, the rotation in this might not be suitable for their discs or back. And for a lot of disc injuries, rotation can sometimes be a sensitive motion, and this involves rotating with bending. So even though many of you with back pain are probably not trying this one anytime soon, this might not be one I would jump right into. And a quick disclaimer before we go to the next exercise, I am not saying yoga is bad. The truth is that there are no good or bad exercises. There's just movements that aren't right for the right person at a particular time. So any movement of any kind can be good or bad based on who's doing it. So yoga as a whole cannot be bad. That's not possible. But individuals with back pain, with disc issues, or with sciatica might be more sensitive to certain movements or motions at this time of injury. And that's why I'm talking to these people. So please, no yogis throwing rocks through my windows. If you have the right recovery plan, you should be able to return to any movement you want without any problems. Lastly, the Cobra pose. This might just be your trusty tool against a disc causing your sciatica issues. Now in yoga, they teach this movement differently than how I want to teach it to you today. In yoga, they teach you to lay flat on your stomach, get your arms under you like you're going to do a push-up, push your chest up off the ground as far as you can so you're arching your lower back, and squeeze your glutes and hold for time. However, I do not agree with this particular teaching for individuals with certain disc and sciatica issues. This can be fine in normal yoga flow practice if you have no problems, but a slight tweak could completely change your sciatica's response to this exercise. Once again, many disc issues struggle with flexion-based movements and often benefit from the opposite movement being extension, as these can help load the disc in position in a way that takes pressure off the nerve. Now, here's the trick you want to make sure that if you hold the Cobra pose too long, it can aggravate your disc or sciatica. Tons of people with sciatica are told by different instructors or just the internet that this pose is great, but so many of them find if they hold it too long, man, they feel worse than they did before. So the key is to go in and out of the motion as to not hold it for too long. You can hold it to tolerance, but I promise, after dealing with thousands and thousands of people with disc and sciatica issues, you do not want to hold this one too long, and you need to give your body movement breaks throughout this pose so you can ease into it, as opposed to holding it as far as you can for as long as you can from the very start. But this movement can be extremely effective for sciatica issues when performed the right way, at the right frequency, and with the right plan to go with it. Now let's be clear here. Yoga offers many benefits, but is ultimately a shotgun approach for sciatica or other back issues. It's all about finding what's right for you and having a specific plan with specific exercises instead of crossing your fingers and hoping and praying a shotgun approach will help. Our bodies are all unique. What works for one might not work for another. So yes, try these out and see which ones work for you. But if you want to dive deeper and get an actual structured plan to healing, I've got something for you. Click the link in the description below to get a tailored plan to permanently resolve your back or sciatica issues using our centralization process. Think of it as a roadmap to your pain-free back, telling you where to go, when to go there. In the end, movement is the solution for back pain, and I'm here to help you find the right movement. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, join my Facebook group, RehabFix Low Back Program, for more guides and resources, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.